I got a question this year at Eco Ag. It was the 50th anniversary. It was just incredible, amazing. There was an Iowa farmer that said, I've heard you say that everything should be no-till, and that tillage is bad. Is that always true? Of course, it's not always true. The reality is everyone needs what's specific to their needs. So let's say you have a contaminated field and you need to amend it with whatever's going to be the remediation components, and then you're going to till it in so it mixes well. And then when you remove the poison or remove the toxins or whatever, then we can structure, do life, and all those kinds of things. But until you remove the high levels of cadmium or arsenic or whatever we're talking about, you really can't just be like, no till, right? There's tillage that pulverizes things. There's tillage that rips things. There's chisel plows. There's keyline. There's strip tillage. So it's just a small area that it's tilling where you're putting your seeds, and then the rest is your ground cover. So often, residue from last season, crimped residue, ideally. But you still need that soil contact with the seed for annuals. Tillage is not either or. Yes, we want to keep the soil covered as much as possible. Yes, we want to keep things, the life, protect the life, the carbon, all of that. The problem with tillage in most soils that people are trying to stop is it oxidizes and alkalinizes, gases off the nitrogen, gases off the carbon. It's the Fenton reaction. And this is why I have long format classes and books with menus and teach people how to recognize where they are instead of just dictating to them, because different strokes for different folks is something I say all the time, because you may be completely opposite with what you need for your soil than the other person. And while, the internet is stuck on this one size fits all, and then generalization, like all compost is compost, all fungi is fungi. It's like, no, there's very, very specific versions of these things that belong in certain contexts and do not in other contexts. So, is all tillage bad? No. Tillage can be the lifesaver for your system, for your soil. It depends on your context. It depends on the problems you have to overcome. And it depends on where you are in the stages of things. You might be able to do a 2-inch or even down to 6-inch tillage and then plant the cover crop immediately in it, and the mycorrhizal fungi will transfer, because if you grow mushrooms or anything with hyphae, you break that hyphae up, put it in a new substrate, a new food source, and it spreads to the next one. So disturbance is stimulative, but oxidation, UV light, is not. So we want to have the least amount of disturbance. You can bring in aeration. You can open things up and keyline closes back up with the next rain. You can do all these different things to change the conditions of the soil. But it's got to be pragmatic. It's got to actually be tied to the needs of the soil. And so you may be more acidic, you may be more alkaline, you may be more reduced, you may be more oxidized. And those contexts determine what actions you should take. And I know a lot of people want me to talk in one size fits all. They just want me to talk about compost as compost with no differential. But if you pH or nitrate or phosphate test your compost, you'll very quickly recognize that it is not something that has no effect. It is something that has direct effects. And depending on your levels of those three things and other things, it has detrimental effect or positive effect. Let's say you've got a nitrate-rich compost and you're putting it on soil that's already oxidized and alkaline. Well, it's going to shift and then gas off the nitrogen. Right. So we have to understand our context. We have to understand what we're doing. And this is why regenerative soil, the lenses of regenerative soil, the cyclical understanding, the micro to macro comprehension is so incredibly important, because it turns into pragmatic actions, pragmatic insights, and there's nothing else like it. So check out regenerativesoilscience.com. I'm Matt Powers. Grow abundantly, learn daily, and live regeneratively. And I'll see you soon.